What is going on, guys and girls? TJ, what's going on, man? We got you back in
What's up?
here.
What's up?
Everybody's like, "Where is Jeff?" Jeff's out on the road. That man is he's still in he's I think last time I just talked to him not too long ago. I think it was in South Carolina making his way back. So, I said, "Why not have we had such a good time last time. We need a continuation of our conversation
Oh yeah.
that we were having." So, I figured that we could do that. Have you bring you back. We're talking about the 8S setup. We had a couple of new additions that have landed and things like that. But first of all, let's see what's going on. RC Pilot Will. We got Pilot Will in here. We got Jeff Brunt in there. Med Scott, Seth Greenberg. Man, you guys got in here early. Pops 305. I'll tell you what, it's nice actually starting this thing at 8:30.
It
You
is.
know?
It is.
I actually really enjoy it. What's going on, D Frost? D Frost, you see this little puppy right here? We're going to talk about that right there. You see that right there, TJ?
Yep.
Yep. So that's a new addition to the family. But yeah, man. So we're going to kick this thing off. It's Thursday. I was surprised today was Thursday. I didn't even know it was Thursday until I looked at the calendar and I was like, "Oh man, tomorrow's Friday. It's
Oh
it's
yeah.
the week's done."
The week's done.
I couldn't believe it. So I was like, man, so I don't know what this weekend's supposed to look like, but I got a lot of cool things to fly.
They
One thing,
said Friday it's not gonna look so nice, but
what
Saturday,
about Saturday?
Saturday it's gonna be a little cloudy, but no rain, and
Okay.
Sunday gonna be nice. So I'm gonna
Okay.
try to get out there Saturday and Sunday because we didn't get out there last weekend, so I'm itching.
That's right. I know. Yeah, you didn't get out there. What's going on, Urban Air Gunner? How you doing? Yeah, man, that's all right. You didn't get out there last weekend. I didn't either because it was so cold and rainy.
Yep. It was
So I
windy.
took
It was
that
windy
time.
on Saturday and then raining on Sunday. You're right.
That's it. I took that time to build airplanes and get stuff functional. So I was out there earlier today while my kids were out there playing. I was working on another airplane that I got, a nitro plane.
So tell us, it's been a week. Tell us the week you have had so far in acquiring planes since we've last flown.
Man, it's been a very interesting week. So uh to say the least, the Eurofighter has finally dropped. I got that. It was pretty cool how that worked out because I got that actually through um a guy that works at Motion. He was supposed to get the 8S. I got the 6S. They made a mistake and got that one to me. They weren't supposed to, but anyway, we worked it out. They were super quick about getting me the 8S. So as I sent the 6S to him, they literally drop shipped an 8S before I could even get off the phone. It was like done. So
Nice.
I had one within like 2 days and it came. So I was super enthused about that. But I'll tell you, I'm happy to have it. I just opened up the box. Like I literally took it out of the box, and I was waiting. This thing arrived Sunday, TJ. I was waiting all week to hold off on unboxing this, guys. For you guys, I was holding off because Jeff. I was like, Jeff, are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it? He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna hold off on it because we were gonna take it over to Jeff's house and
Yep.
build it.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff's on the road, so we couldn't do it. So now I'm like, I should have just put the thing together and gone with my gut feeling,
No,
But
I
it
talked
is
to
what
you
it
every
is.
day this week. I was like, no, hold
I know,
off, build
man.
it on the
I know,
Joe,
and you
build
were
it on the
telling me to
Joe.
hold off too. So, it is what it is. But I tell you, I'm excited about getting that one up and running. I think that one's going to be pretty good. And I've got some nice lipos coming for that one. I got some of them SMCs
Okay.
coming. I got them in 4S for that, and I also bought 5 of the 5200 6S's. So, and like I didn't even know they were in Virginia. Somebody told me they were in Virginia.
Yep.
So
Yep. Right
I
there.
had I had no clue.
I tell you about my experience, man. I ordered it on a Friday. I got it Saturday before noon. It was,
Yeah, man, that's quick.
yeah.
I mean, I can't believe how quick that is. Like they're able to get them, to us that quick. I can deliver local mail like right across town, and it takes 3 days. So I don't know how they're able to do that,
I don't know.
but I'm thankful for it for sure. So, needless to say, I don't know if I'm going to put that thing together tonight. I really don't, because I opened the box up a little bit,
Yeah.
and dude, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
in there.
It's a big bird too, so you need, you
I
want
need
some
to
more
stretch
hands
it out.
there. Yeah.
Yep. So I want to take my time with it, put it together, that kind of thing. But look, they're saying empty weight. That thing weighs 7.1, 7.12 pounds without the battery.
Wow.
So that's a good sized bird. And
That is.
you factor in those two 4S batteries, that's probably at least what, 2 pounds, I bet?
Yep.
Maybe a pound and a quarter, a pound and a half.
Yeah.
So you're looking at like a 8 pound airplane. That's a good size, that's a good sized bird.
That is. That's a meaty bird there.
It is. It is. But I'm excited about getting it up and trying to take it up there and put some flights on it and everything. I can't wait to do some speed trials on that thing. But first and foremost, I want to make sure I get it done properly and
Yeah.
everything. So let's see. Jeff said he's putting the decals on today. You know me, I'm not much for the decals. I don't know why. I do not like putting decals on airplanes. I don't know why. Every time I do it, I put it on an airplane, I end up crashing it. Like
That's why you don't like it.
that's probably why I don't like it. I'm not kidding. So, you know, it's going to be one of those things where when we get a chance to sit down and slow down a rainy day, I'll probably do that. But that I'm happy to have it. I'm just glad to have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been watching a bunch of the videos of people flying it, and it seems to be pretty good. So I'm kind of happy about getting that one up. What do you think about that one?
You know, I'm thinking if it flies as nice as the Mirage flies,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's a
gonna be better.
yeah, it's a bigger version of it. Bigger is
Hmm.
always better. And then,
Hmm.
you just made me aware that they've upgraded the motor. They're 90 millimeters now, so I can't wait to see the kind of power that
They
8S
did.
puts out. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that has a brand new motor in it. Completely, from what I'm told,
Mhm.
it's a completely new motor, completely redone and everything, more efficient, more thrust, so on and so forth. So let's see here. What's going on, Slowfire 85? Let's see, Craig Bevan. He said, Bobby, tell us about that 104, bro.
Yeah,
Uh, have four new in the box. Flew the first. Let's see, guy offered the price, and I let it go. Building the second one to fly this season. And what's going on, Lee, man? Yeah, so I'll tell you. I had the opportunity to get one of these from a guy local. Actually, the guy lives in Florida and he comes up here often. And so he flew up here to pick up an airplane from me. He literally flew in his airplane and he sends me a picture and that's in the background. And so he brought that up for me. So yes, that's the 104, 90 millimeter. And dude, it's going to be a little sketchy, man. I'm excited to fly it. I want to see how it does. You know, I'm wondering how smooth it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be fine, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I've seen plenty of videos,
Every
man.
video I've seen is crashing, dude. So, what do you
I-
guys think? I know y'all are thinking that it's going to be pretty sketchy, but I'm very sure it's going to be sketchy. It's either going to end up flying really good or it's going to crash. And from everything I saw that you have to fly it at 70% throttle. So it'll be pretty neat. But dude, it's the wings are small. Like there's not it's a long airplane,
it
but the
is.
wings, look, dude, look, that's the wings right there. That's the wings.
I love it just because it's so different, and I know it's difficult to fly because you're
Yeah.
right. We haven't seen anyone have a lot of success. If they don't crash on their first flight,
Yeah.
it's the second flight that it goes down.
And that's the thing. And it's like, not only is it like it's kind of iconic, but I'm
Yeah.
up for the challenge. I'm up for the challenge. So, and I looked at this thing for a long time, and I mean like over a year, going back and forth. I'm like, I don't want to spend that kind of money on something I could crash.
Remember we
Uh,
were at the swap meet, and I was like, Bobby, there it is. You think I
yeah,
can get it? You're like, yeah,
yeah,
get it. I was like, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna crash it.
yeah, man. And I was like, every video we saw,
Yep.
everybody was crashing these things.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I got one. It's going to be pretty cool. Lots of room inside of that thing, dude. Look at that big old bay.
Wow.
Cool thing is, it's got a gyro in there.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't know if it comes with the gyro or not, but it has one.
Nice.
So I'm super thankful for the gyro being in there and everything. So it'll be pretty cool.
And that's a
Um,
nice.
It's a 90 millimeter. Yeah,
That
90
thing look like
millimeter.
it should cook. It's just a rocket.
It should be. Everybody says it's fast, but it's not as fast as you would think it would be.
Look,
But
look. Wait a minute. Let's back that up.
yeah,
Everyone says it's fast, but nobody can fly it in a revolution more than like once or
I
twice.
know, I know. So we'll see, dude. Like I said, I'm up to the challenge. Look, this channel is all about flying things that that's different and being honest about it. And look, if it goes up and flies well, and I can bring it down, then that's what it's going to be. If it
No,
goes
no,
up
no,
and
no,
comes
no,
down
no.
hard,
That's not what it's gonna be. If you bring that thing down,
yeah,
I'm flying next.
I figure. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, I think that it's going to be fine. I honestly think it's going to be perfectly fine. But the landing gear are really nice. They look very
Yeah.
familiar to me. So uh, you know, they look pretty robust, but
Okay.
it is what it is. So I don't know if this is the high performance version or not, but I assume it is. So I think it is the high performance. I'm not sure.
Well, we can always pop the motor. Just
I
tilt
thought
it down
about that.
and look at it just to see.
One thing the guy I got it from, which was pretty interesting, he said these go in. You see how those go
Yep.
in?
Oh yeah, they go in. Yep.
Yep, they go in when the motor's running to suck in more air,
Mm-hmm.
and then they come out and act as a brake. So pretty cool. Like that's the business in there. But a
Nice.
pretty cool, just a weird looking airplane, right? I love to have the weird stuff.
Yep.
Let's see here. Craig Bevan says, he says, you got the landing field for it. Yes, no, I'm hoping. Craig says, don't be scared of it, man. It flies great. That's what I've seen. A lot of success. That's an understatement of the year. Let's see here. Jeff Brunt says, ask Germany about the learning curve of the real one, of course. That's the thing. I went down the rabbit hole and I watched a bunch of videos of the actual pilots. Dude, tons of them died, man.
Wow.
Died, yeah. So I was like, that doesn't give me that much confidence, but it's cool. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's a long bird, and the nose comes off and everything. So that's kind of neat. But I'm excited to get it flying. We get good weather this weekend. It's going up, TJ. It's got to go up.
Got to.
It's
Has
got to
to.
go up. It's just got to go up.
I
So
know, man. If the weather's nice, the hard part is how many birds to bring out there. Remember the 2 weekends ago?
yeah, yeah.
We were out there with well, you were, but me and Pilot Will, man, we had like 8 planes each.
They just had them all laying out and everything. That's crazy.
Man,
Yeah,
one of
man.
my
So it'll be pretty interesting. Jeff says it's the same landing gear as the F-16. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It looks very familiar to me. So that'll be good. I know they can hold up. They're pretty good. So, but honestly, I bet this thing's probably going to be a big old puppy. Craig Bevan says it's not hard to fly, Bobby. Dude, he says it's not hard to fly. Just need the runway to use. Yeah, I watched a couple of videos and it burned up some runway, man. So it'll be nice to see. So.
Yeah.
Joe Habib said he can't wait to see that thing fly. I can't wait to fly it, to be honest with you. I can't wait to fly it. So let's see. Lehman says fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're gonna have the camera on it. Cameras are rolling.
What's going on, Eddie K?
Multiple cameras rolling too, so we get all angles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you might even have somebody on the field like laying down taking videos of it, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, the thing is, like Jeff just said, don't horse it off the ground. Yeah, with those little wings, no, you got to let it take off on its own.
Yeah.
Let's see. Craig Bevan says, Bobby, check the clockings on the pots of the gyro. Let's see, all around 10-30 area was looking good at them. Awesome. Good to know. All this information you guys are telling me is going to be helpful. Pilot Will says we can hand toss it. Dude, that thing's way too handy. It's way too heavy. Let's see here.
The arm not ready for that one.
It is not ready for it. Lionel Randall says your next plane, the Horizon Turbine MB339. Well, while we're over here talking about that, you know what? We might as well go ahead and segue into the Hangar 9 Aramachi MB339. It's a 60 to 85 size turbine bird. Man, 84 inches, $1,600. What do you think about it, TJ?
And that's without the motor. And so with the motor, it's like 3,700.
Right.
Which is, man,
yeah.
I want to get the turbines, but
look, after it's all said and done, you're probably going to be like $2-3 grand, $4 grand.
Yeah, $4 grand
into that into that bird.
Yeah, at least 4.
So I was reading in the forums, a lot of people were saying that what kind of electric ducted fan can I put in that thing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm like a 120. I don't know. It's gonna have to produce some thrust. I think
Yeah.
it weighs what, Ed, like something like 26 pounds or something like that.
It's heavy. Yep.
So yeah, let's see. Snow River says it just needs a vertical takeoff. Let's see, without the motor. Nice airframe, but I don't know if I trust Horizon to keep parts in stock. Yeah, P51 fan, you're absolutely right. It's one of those things too. I was reading in the forums again. You got to read in the forums with a grain of salt.
Mhm.
Um, some people were bashing what it's made of and everything, and I'm like, somebody was saying that it was just a rebranded, what was it, Seagulls model or no Phoenix models.
Mm.
It was made by Phoenix models. It may very well be. I will say I already have an MB339, so I don't really feel the need to go out and get
Another
that
one. Yeah.
because the one I have now I can convert it to a turbine and it's perfectly fine, and it only weighs 16 pounds,
Yeah.
so it's going to fly better. Granted, it's not, it's foam, but it is what it is, and you know,
I
I
heard if you get the fully converted one, the one that has the motor already in it. The motor is from this brand new company. Um,
really
yeah, and the company is kind of unproven. So it's like once you cycle through that motor, are they gonna be around long enough to refurbish?
again
Yeah.
another good point, man.
Yeah.
Another good point. So I was trying to find the pictures that I have of that bird. I don't know what I did with it. Um, but what we can do is we can watch the video of it flying. What do you think? Here's another thing too. Again, it's on freaking pre-order.
Yeah, it's on pre-order.
I'm
Yep.
like,
To kick out that amount of kind of money for a pre-order.
I know, man, and I'm like, it's kind of up there. So
Here's what I would like for them to do. If they're out there listening some kind of way, I would like them to make the entry for a turbine jet
right,
a little less. Like if they can get a smaller motor, I mean a smaller engine, um, to go in something a little smaller and get that price, the total price,
right,
somewhere around 2,000, a little under 2,000 for a jet, even with a smaller engine, a smaller jet. Period.
yeah.
That would be a entry level, brand new, that people would might not mind jumping on.
What do you guys think? I mean, do y'all think like if you could get into a turbine for around $2,000, would you? Would that be something you would be interested in? I'm curious to know, you know. And TJ here, this is it's a really nice looking bird. I mean, it's not bad by any means.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
I think it looks pretty cool. But $1,600 is real to be honest. This is gonna sound crazy, but $1,600 for an ARF like
All
that is really not bad when you're talking about turbines.
right.
It's really not that bad
Yeah.
when you're getting into the turbine game. And so people will tell you, man, it's really not for the faint of heart. So let's see. Haggard Hobby says finally gave Jeff the boot. No, I didn't give Jeff the boot. That's terrible, man. I would never give Jeff the boot. Jeff is on the word. He's working right now. He's a truck driver, so he can't always make it here. So
I'm just gonna sit over here and eat my popcorn.
yeah, eat your popcorn. Eat your popcorn. But no, I would never do that. That's not even in the thought process. You guys are
No,
crazy.
no.
So that's funny as could be. But P51D fan says it's a reasonable price range for composite turbine. And that's another thing too. We're talking
Okay.
about a composite.
Composite. Yeah.
So those are not cheap to make. Those are not cheap to, paint and everything like that. And apparently this one's been in production for a long time. So let's see. Smaller turbines get really small in the air. That's the problem. They do.
Yeah.
They really do. They get small in the air, and also the smaller turbines are very finicky too.
Mm.
So I've been doing a ton of research, TJ,
Okay.
a ton of research on turbines, turbine fans, and I have learned a ton. And the smaller ones are, they're very. reasonable for the price, but you just want to be careful with which ones you get. Some are better than others, and some are more finicky than others. So
And
um,
Jeff said you can get a lot of 90 millimeter EDFs for $3,700.
you can get a whole. Hey, you can have your whole garage looking like Tyler Perry's for that much money.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell you. Small
Damn.
turbine engines come more. 80 in is about as cheap as it gets. Yeah, and an 80 is what you really want. So, but and while we're talking about this, you know what? We'll go ahead and segue into another topic. So, it's one of those things. I know we're talking about turbines and everything like that. And I warned you guys. I told y'all that 2023 was going to be pretty cool, and it is pretty cool. I
Hmm.
think it's pretty cool. So I've done a lot of stuff. I've flown a lot of airplanes, TJ, and I felt like it was this time to you know to make the jump. You know what I mean?
All
So I
right.
don't know. I don't know if you guys can see that in the background. I'm gonna pull TJ and myself off of here. You can just take that all in right there.
And oh man.
Yep. I bought a turbine jet, guys. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. Bought a turbine. Very very happy. And that's why last week I was asking questions about radios and things like that and everything like that. So buying a turbine, I'm one of those guys. I want to know who, where, when, how, why. What do I have to worry about? What is it going to do? Is it going to flame out on me? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. So, but that right there is actually the Aerofoam MiG 17. And I have the blue one. I have the EDF version of it, and it's super docile. So, that the turbine that's in that one is a King Tech 30. It's a K30 G3. So it's a perfect setup for me. I think it's going to be an excellent setup for me, being brand new, a novice, not a lot of money tied up in there. It's a foam plane, so that is completely different and cool, with a turbine in there. So I think this will be a good setup for me to get my feet wet and everything like that. So Eddie K is absolutely right, man. So
Yep.
yeah, I pulled the trigger on it, man, and so super thrilled about that. Jeff Brunt says the MiG 17 is a good choice for a turbine. I thank you for telling me that, because the more positive reinforcement, the better I feel about it. Which segued me into, after doing all that research, TJ, I realized that the NX8 radio is not going to be the best for that bird.
Yep.
Had to go out there and get the FR Sky 18X. You can see right there.
Let's
It,
talk about that piece of jewelry.
dude,
That's
it's literally a clone
yep.
of the what's that big radio? What's the other one that looks just like this?
Um,
Oh God, I just
it's
went
not the
blank.
Tyrannus. No.
No, not the Tyrannus, like the oh man, a Jetty. It's like a Jetty, dude. It's like it's like a Jetty except cheaper.
Yep.
And so it'll do everything I needed to do. It'll tell me telemetry, it'll tell me RPM. So, getting into this is going to be definitely a cool thing. I went ahead and got my 10 channel telemetry receiver. Dude,
Wait,
mind
hold that
blown.
receiver up. That's a receiver?
Dude, this is the receiver. And look, my mind is blown. Like, that's the receiver right there. But it has three antennas. So it has three antennas on it. So it's got triple redundancy, right? Not only does it talk on 2.4, but it also does 900 megahertz. So I think the radio, when I was looking at the specs, it's like up to it's like 10 to 50 kilometers operating range. Crazy.
Yes.
So, my biggest thing is trying to be super safe about this. That turbine is kerosene. Kerosene is, a little bit. It's a lot safer to have if it goes in. It's 5 times harder to ignite versus anything else. So I'm just
Well,
trying to be
look.
super safe about it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't want
look.
any problems.
Hagar,
Jetty, that's it. You guys are right. Yep, Jeremy, you're right. Snow's right. Jetty.
Hagar Hobby said, "Come on down to Piedmont and they'll get you your waivers."
Man, I certainly appreciate that, because look, after talking to the guy I got the MiG 17 from, he did a wonderful job of like educating me and telling me what to worry about and what to think about, and the transition. Dude, it was so much stuff. I was like overloaded. I almost walked away from it, TJ.
Really?
I almost walked away from it. But I was like, I took a day and I thought about it. I was like, if I'm gonna do it, now's the time. Like the price is right,
Yep.
the money's there, the airplane's there. And look, the airplane is technically new. The turbine only has 85 minutes of runtime on it.
Wow.
So yeah. So it's gonna be a nice little journey. I'm taking my time. I'm not running into this thing. I'm gonna set it up and I'm gonna get comfortable with it. So getting the turbine waiver, I'm excited about. I know there's a couple of people I'm gonna have to reach out to and talk about getting a turbine waiver. Um, I know we got a couple of people in here too that can do that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
um,
look, let me hit you with a little pop quiz since you've been studying.
go
How
ahead.
many hours can you fly on that turbine before you have to send it back in?
So it's all different, but this one is 25 hours.
25 hours, and it only has
25 hours.
85 minutes on it.
Yes.
Man,
So
you
at
good
20
to go.
at 25 hours, you need to send it back in. And so like I'm sure you could probably go over that 25 hours. It's not
Mhm.
recommended.
Yeah.
It's got metal blades in there spinning at, I don't know, 120, 160,000 RPMs. You don't want to play around with it. So it's big boy, like dangerous, need to be responsible. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, so I'm kinda excited about this whole thing.
You know what's gonna happen once you get all your stuff together, you bring it out the field, and we hear that thing go by one time.
Dude,
It's over.
I
We
tell
all
you.
we all gonna have to go get turbines.
I'm telling you, just when he fired it up for me and he showed me, spent about an hour, 2 hours showing me everything, and even gave me the kerosene. This one runs off of kerosene and oil mix. Dude, when he turned it on, like I just got this big grin on my face. I was like, "Oh my god, like this is where I'm at." I'm like, "Yes, yes." And dude, he warned me. He was like, "Once you get into this turbines, he's like, you're going to want to sell a bunch of airplanes off and get another turbine." And I'm like,
Dang.
"Oh man." So the journey, I'm starting the journey, the turbine journey, got a turbine, always happy about that. P51 fan said the turbine smell will hook you. Yeah. So the only thing that concerns me about a turbine, TJ, is the flame out.
Mm,
And that MiG probably weighs like 9, 10, 11 pounds. It's not light. It's not a light bird. So that does concern me a little bit, but I'm pretty happy about getting that. So needless to say, got the MiG 29, MiG 17 turbine, going turbine. But look, I love my EDF jets, and I will always have my EDF jets, dude. Always.
they look never
Always.
never say always, because once
Steph
that
Dreamer said,
turbine fires up,
he said there is no going back, I hear.
I
I
know.
hear that too. But it'll be pretty cool. Snow River
So,
says Bobby owns the field now.
so
Nah, it'll be pretty
the only thing I think that'll drag you back to the EDFs is the maintenance and the upkeep of that turbine.
yeah,
And bringing it out there, trying to, you sitting back trying to see how long it takes you to set up, and you see us flying and
yeah,
flying, flying and flying. It's gonna be like, all right, I love it, but
yeah.
yeah,
And that's the thing. It's like I said, baby steps into this thing. I want
yeah,
to be like Josh Bunn. Josh Bunn, I have to talk to you too about this because I may be seeking you out for a turbine waiver sign off. I need somebody to hold my hand. But yeah, he says better than the 67 pounds ones that he flies. And I've seen his, and they're crazy, dude. Like
mm,
it's crazy.
wow,
But they're TJ, they're massive, but they come in and they're at a crawl.
yep,
Like some of the ones I've seen, it just blows my mind.
yeah.
And Wings 88 says, "Don't forget your fire extinguisher. You got to have a fire extinguisher. There's no other way around it. I've got to get either a CO2 or a halon, and I've already met with a halon um, uh, exchange to get a fire extinguisher. So we got one local, and that's what I'm going to do. So, like I said, I'm just trying to be as smart as possible with this thing
Oh yeah.
because you know it could go in just like everything else, except it's just going to sting a little bit more. Go
Oh
out
yeah.
there, pick
Hey
up the
Stewart,
pieces.
Jeff is on the road, man. He'll be back as soon as he can, but he's on the road driving right now.
Yep, yep. Jeff is on the road. But he's watching right here. He said he was going to watch. He'll be jumping in. Let's see. Bobby, did you see my last message on the 104? I didn't, Craig. Let me go back up and see. Let's see here. Da, da, da,
And
da,
I'll say
da.
somebody asked about the F-14. So while you looking for his message, let me see. No,
Yeah,
was it
answer that.
uh Jeff Halterman asked about what do you guys think about the F-14 80 twin 80? Speaking of that, I just picked up one today. I've been wanting a Tomcat for the longest. And so I mean I think it's a from a show standpoint, I think it's an awesome bird. I haven't flown one yet, and it's heavy. The one I have, I mean,
Hmm.
it's a heavy bird. So I'm gonna reach out to Dustin again. Dustin helped me out with my F-18 90 millimeter, getting me that extended battery bay to hook up to the nose gear, so it gives it more strength. He also has a mod for the F-14 main landing gear to make it stronger, so it can take the punishment of landing on grass instead of a runway. So I think once you do the mods to it, um, I think it should be a good bird, man. It's solid. Everyone I see fly, you know, I see guys fly it on YouTube. It just it looks amazing in the air, and so I think it's gonna be great. I'm gonna upgrade it. I'm gonna I got to run it on 8S.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Hey, look, I'll go ahead and I'll put in my my 2 cents. I already warned him uh about that airplane. It's awesome, dude. TJ, with the wings out, dude, it flies like
Yeah,
a big trainer.
yeah,
With the wings back, oh boy, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's stressful. But like I said, I got that airplane when I wasn't as good at flying EDFs. I think I got that probably a little bit too early. I probably should have put a lot more EDFs under my belt. I probably could handle it now and be perfectly fine. But
yeah,
dude, I was just having issues with the landing gear. When I landed it, I had compression like fractures, and it was a great land, and I got video
yeah.
of it landing, and I'm telling you, it was just crazy. So it needs some
It needs that
fixing.
modification. That's why I'm going to see Dustin, man.
And look, I'll go ahead and tell you, man. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Motion RC, if they're listening. I hope you're listening. Now is a perfect time to do a version 2 of that. You know, let's
Man,
hold our breath and see what goes on. But a version 2 with better landing gear, put the MiG 29 fans in there or their newest 80s in there, 90s in there, and you got your really nice one. But TJ, the way it's set up right now, if you fly it stock, I think you'll be okay. But I'll tell you this: it is not forgiven on any landings. If you get one, it's a 1 or 2 bouncer airplane. After that,
yeah.
she's done.
Well, no,
But
I'm gonna do the landing gear modification
got to do
first.
the journey. Got to take the journey, my friend.
Before I do any of that, I gotta go rip everything out of it. It's gonna be 8S the first time it goes up in the air. It's a full send.
Yeah. So I'll be out there with you, man. I'll be excited to see you fly it. And when the wings swept back, it's interesting. It is. It's definitely interesting. So
Oh, yeah.
let's see. Hey, like I told you guys, when I grow up, I want to be like Josh Bunn. Josh Bunn's got cool planes, dude. He just has cool planes. I want to be like him. Craig
Mhm.
Bevan, I didn't see your message, man. Go ahead and drop it back in there down there. I don't know. I must have missed it. What's going on, Hamilton's Hangar? What's going on, Che? Good to have you in here. Che, I watched your video of you flying the Rafale, also known as the Raphael down here in the South. Uh, just amazing flying airplane. He put a new balance fan in that thing, and it sounded amazing. Sounded amazing.
And Ken Sprouse said, TJ, make sure you get the maiden on film. Jeff will hook you up.
Jeff will hook you up for real. Hey, we'll
Yeah,
be
we
out
gonna,
there too.
oh yeah, yeah, we'll
We'll
get
be
it.
out there. It's going. We have a nice little support network.
Yeah.
Pilot Will better be out there too. We need to have the crew out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see. TJ's F-14 deserves a video on that channel for sure. For sure. I agree, Lionel. If we can get it, we're gonna get it. You
Yep.
know. So,
Look at Will. Pilot Will says, TJ, I'll race you with the MiG 29.
oh yeah, hey, that MiG 29 will fly circles around that thing.
No, listen, not after I get through with it.
Hey,
Just you wait.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Josh Bunn says, "Is that one? Is that a 104 behind you?" Yes, that is. That is a 104. That's the 90 millimeter 104. Super stoked about having it. A little sketched out about flying it. Doing the maiden flight. I don't get too nervous, TJ, about maidens anymore.
Nope.
Kind of like you. I know. We fly so many airplanes, but there are those that make me nervous, and I think this one's probably going to be one. And then the Eurofighter may make me nervous. I think it's the whole canards,
You
but
think so?
not. Nah, I'm not going to be too nervous about it. It's like anything else. But
Yeah.
anytime I spend a decent amount of money on an airplane, I get nervous. So you can imagine when I fly that MiG 17, that turbojet, how nervous I'm going to be. I'm going to be shaking, and it'll be fun though.
See,
So
I think the difference is, and you just made mention to it, and guys, you let us know what you think. Because our confidence level has gone to a different place. Because I'm like you, a year ago, some planes I was trying to fly, like the F-35, 70 millimeter, the F-16, like I was just crashing them because I didn't have the confidence and the stick skills that I have now. And I think you the same way. It's like as we fly more and more and more, man, you could pretty much put anything in our hands, and we're gonna figure it out, and at least at the minimum, be able to get it back to the ground without tearing it up.
yeah, exactly. And also, like, when I go do the turbine waiver, it'll be very nice to have Josh Bund or somebody right there
Yeah.
that has flown these big massive jets, that if I feel like I can't handle it, I can pass it off and they're good. So it'll be interesting. So, you know, the
Let me
whole,
know
like I
when you
said,
do that, man. I want to get a hall pass to
you can, you can,
go
you
out there
can.
and just look. Let me be in the room as Josh is
It's
giving you
it
instructions.
it's just gonna have to be. Let's see. Ken Sprouse says, maiden it at Kinston next weekend, man. To be honest with you, Kinston would be an excellent place because it's so dang flat,
Yeah.
and everybody and their mom's going to be out there. But I tell you, that stress level, though, with all those people out there with a brand new airplane, dude, I don't know if I can hack that stress, man. Ken, I don't know, man. You have me out there looking pretty bad. I'm not the greatest, but I'm not the worst either. But that might make me look the worst.
Yeah, I don't know about a maiden in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, you know, I need like maybe a small group of people, and I can't have any heckling while I'm doing it. Like it's got to be, focus. But back to the turbine though, TJ, I can fly that thing up to like 7 minutes on there. Four
Wow.
minutes you want to land it, but it's pretty interesting. The whole thing's blown my mind. So I've learned quite a bit, and there's a lot more to learn. So let's see. Craig Bevan says, I have what seems like the one and only yellow and black F-104. I saw that. I've seen those. He says, left the planet, new in a box. Yeah, I saw the yellow and black, and they look pretty good.
Wow.
Josh Blunt says, I want a big turbine 104, but there are not many places I can fly. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's interesting. And at our field now, we changed the bylaws to accept turbine, so it's really nice now. We kind of, got the chains off and everything, and we can really do what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Ken Sprouse says, Bobby, you have to fly buddy box for your first flight. Yes, you do. You have to, AMA requires that you have to fly buddy box. So for sure. And look, I wouldn't want it any other way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it any other way.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
I'll be there with the camera.
Yep. Yep. He says, I agree, TJ. I was the same way. It's a learning process. It really is.
Yeah.
TJ, you better hope your wife doesn't watch this. Last week she was in here and she was tracking. I think, hey, y'all noticed TJ got up and walked away, and she like left. I think TJ told her, he's like, oh, all right, that's enough. That's enough. I don't know. So Kid Sprout says, oh, come on, man. Says, don't even think about handing it off. You're a good pilot. Well, I appreciate that, Seth. I appreciate it. It's just, one of those things. But my thing is like, I have flown some really questionable airplanes that probably I shouldn't have landed. Like, I've flown airplanes where I've lost an aileron, I've lost an elevator, and somehow got it down to the ground. So pretty happy about that. What's going on, Adam Klein? Adam was in. We had him on the show last week.
Oh
That
yeah.
was good. Glad to have you up in here, man. Always good. Adam
Oh,
Klein's a man. I like him. He's a good dude. Let's
Let me
see.
tell you where I went by today. I stopped by Raleigh Hobbies just because I was in there.
Ah, you know what? I'm glad you said that because you know what? I forgot to put the banner on. Raleigh
Yeah,
Hobbies. Let's go ahead. Let's
I
go.
stopped by there and I said, I looked up and I said, man,
It's a real hobby shop.
this P47
Yeah.
that's out of the box is hanging up here
Mm-hmm.
got a pretty good price on it. I
Mm-hmm.
think I know somebody who flew one of these.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
guy comes up to me, he was like, so you looking at that plane? I'm like, yeah. What can you tell me about it? He was like, oh well, we let Bobby take it and fly, so he did a pretty good review on it, and so
Yeah.
how we got
Yeah.
it for sale. I
Yep.
didn't say anything. I didn't tell him I know Bobby.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just said, oh, okay, that's interesting. And so,
Was it Tim, the kind of heavier set
yep,
tall guy?
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
he's the owner. Excellent guy.
Man, so I'm leading that into, do you think I should buy that P47? Now I haven't gone back and fully watched your review of it.
Yeah.
But since you've flown it,
Yeah.
do you think you know the type of style I like to fly? Is the
Yeah. I think
P47
that
hang
that one nosed over quite a bit on the
okay?
field with our grass.
Okay.
So it was a challenge to get it up. I never flew it on 6S either. It was fast enough on 4S.
Really?
It needs the weight of 6S though.
Yeah, it's a big bird too.
Yeah, it's a good size. So I'm surprised you don't have one, TJ, because that's one that you could put like the Viper 90 motor on and make that thing 100+ mile an hour airplane. And it's wood, you know what I mean? It's monocoque. So
No, we talking about two different planes, Bobby. What plane you talking about?
no, you're talking about the one. Are you talking about
I'm
the
talking about
electric one?
I'm talking, yeah, the electric P47.
Was it silver and yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's monocoque and made out of wood.
Yeah, but I can't put no Viper motor in there. What do you
You can put the V900 motor in there.
okay.
Oh,
So
I
you
said
said
Viper.
like
I meant the V900.
the
Yeah.
V1200 motor is big enough to handle that
But
motor.
yeah, yeah, you could put that in there.
Oh, now that it would sing like a canary. Listen. Now you got me thinking I should go back and pick it up.
Oh, dude, I absolutely would.
I got it.
That airplane is
Mhm.
it's a rocket. And for the price, and if you talk to him, anything he has hanging up in there, he'll negotiate.
No, right now it's $100 off. So
I know
that's
it's
why I asked.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
so I was like,
crazy.
eh.
So yeah, his prices are on point. So guys, like I said, I've been talking about Raleigh Hobby Shop forever on this channel, but it's a legit hobby shop. You go in there, there's stuff hanging down. I mean, it's nice. Everybody's super friendly. You don't feel like you're burdening anybody. Not only do they know airplanes, they know cars like crazy. So drones, they got a guy in there that works on drones.
Yep, they got
So
drones. Yeah.
yeah, it's a phenomenal hobby shop, man. They got everything, and if they don't have it, guess what? They can get it. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
So, and they can get it at cost. So, matter of fact, I need to talk to Tim because I was talking to him about getting us people who watch the show that may want to buy something from him having a discount code specifically for
Yep.
this channel.
Yep.
So, anyway, it's in the works. Turn one. I actually had a chance. He came by my house and I actually had a chance to meet him. He's the reason why I have the 8S. He picked up the 6S and took it to his buddy that works at Motion. And so I had a chance to meet him. We ended up talking for about an hour. So I tried to sell him an airplane, man. Actually, he tried to beat me up on a price on an airplane. So he was pretty tough. So,
Hey, I'll help you out. Hey, Jeff, shut up.
Jeff is probably burning him up right now. But dude, I tell you what, man, awesome meeting. Him and everything like that. Super cool. Tim's a cool guy, man. Just an awesome guy. Just an awesome dude. Love shooting the bull with him and everything. So it's neat putting faces, to some of these names that we see. So just makes me feel like I need to get out more,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Jeff was on me last year about that. So let's see here. Jeff is giving TJ crap. You hear that? That's funny. Let's see. Jeff Halterman says, I have the FMS 1450P51D Mustang Red Tail still in the box. Guys, we got to get these airplanes out the box. That's in the box. It's going to be out the box by probably either tonight or tomorrow. We got to free these birds, guys.
Yeah.
Got to free them. Got to fly them.
I'm gonna write Motion a letter. You know what I want Motion to do?
What are you going to say?
I'm gonna say, Motion, I really, 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 really love your planes.
Mm-hmm.
However, every time I put your plane together, I can't get it back in the box. Not appreciate it. I'm not appreciating that. I want to be able to put the plane back in the box.
Dude, I don't know how you do it. I got so frustrated trying to put that stupid airplane back in that box I got from you. Dude, that airplane straight up defeated me. Just defeated me. It was crazy. But TJ, while we're talking about airplanes and stuff like that, you're a connoisseur of airplanes, right?
Yep.
What do you really think about that little slow stick though? It's 199. It's cute.
So,
It's
so I had a conversation with somebody else that
all right.
gave me a different perspective.
All right, let's hear this perspective.
This perspective is you're only gonna like the stick if you like the sticks. Like if you like that style of flying. So the guys who love that style of flying, this is great. This is right down their alley. They love that slow, hanging, just ugly stick type of flying. And that's not something that tickles my fancy. So when he
Right.
said that, he was like, those guys, they're used to paying so much more for a stick. They'll jump on this and just have something to toy around with, at the house. And I said, you know what? That's probably who they made that plane for. I can't look at it as every
Yeah.
plane is made for me. So, I'm hoping those guys go out and enjoy it because it's definitely built for them to just throw up in front of the house and toy around with it.
And that's the thing, like we oh sorry about that. That's the thing. We really gotta I always try to recenter myself and say, these airplanes that are coming out, like I have to be objective about how we look at them because, they're not why do I keep doing that? They're not always gonna be what we like.
Yeah.
They're not always gonna be like what we want them to be. So, looking at them objectively is one thing that I have to constantly tell myself and fly it and give it a fair shot. Because that little $200 airplane is going to fly like $200 airplane.
Yeah. Look,
So,
a big Jim say I prefer to buy a plane that looks like a plane for less than
thank
190.
you. I mean, look, for $200 though,
Yeah,
you
it
can
doesn't
get
look like it.
you can get like some really nice planes.
That's true. And for what it looks like, you can get some foam
Yeah,
board, a stick,
but
and literally make that plane for
you could.
probably,
But nobody
well,
wants to make anything like that. Why? Because I can spend two bills and have everything I need. All I have to do is attach a battery and go about my business.
that's true. But
Like I don't, and it's gonna fly good. So
so I started this hobby through flight tests, right? Building planes.
yeah,
And because I started that way, to see something like that, I feel like, man, I could build that in probably an hour and have the same flight characteristics and be just as confident in it flying
yeah,
as if I bought it.
yeah. And I mean, I get it. And so having an airplane on a day like today, where I could have threw it in the back of my vehicle
Yeah.
and gone and flown at a park, it's got a place because even though it might not be what I want to fly, just flying and getting away and taking your mind off
Yeah.
is what it's about. You know.
Here's perspective for you. JCB 67 says you'll enjoy it more at 73 years old.
He's probably right. JCB 67. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna be one of them dudes. Yeah, I used to fly that fast stuff back in the day. Now it's like I can't see it. I want to be able to see it close. I want slow. You know.
Yeah,
Eventually, TJ, like we're gonna have to, these either the airplane's gonna have to get bigger so we can see them, or they're gonna have to get slower.
that's true.
We're not spring chickens anymore.
Well, I'm still a spring chicken. Speak for yourself.
You're
I
older
got
than
some
I
years
am.
to go. I know, but I got some years to go.
I was getting ready to say, I was like, wait a minute. But let's see. Hamilton says Horizon is selling King Tech turbines now. I did not know that. Did you see that, Bobby? Sorry if I missed it. No, I did not know that, Hamilton. So that's good to know because I have that little King Tech 30. So that's good to know. It'll be interesting to have Horizon, be able to send them to them and have those guys fix them.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll have parts for that. That's good. That's good to know. Seth Greenberg says, I just brought the Arrows 1.1 Trojan for $200 with the coupon. Win. That's a win.
Wow.
That FMS, the FMS and the Arrows are awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Charles McDaniel says, hey, Bobby, I totally agree. Something to just fly and get your mind off of things. Yeah, that's literally what it's about. Like when I'm flying, here's why I love flying. And y'all might be different. When I'm up there, TJ, for whatever, like 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, I'm not thinking about anything other than that airplane.
Yep.
And you know what I catch myself doing? And you guys think about this while you're doing it, while you're out there flying, see if you're flying with your mouth open. Cause I'm always like this. Like I have that stupid look on my face like this.
You know
And I'm
what?
sitting
We
there
we gonna
flying.
we gonna start we gonna start panning the camera to
Yeah,
you, to Jeff, to me when we fly, to
I'm
see what
telling
do
you,
we look
man.
like when we fly.
It's like a kid, like when you're happy and you're
Yep.
flying, you know, it's like a kid when you're eating good food, your little feet are just swinging and stuff like that. They're over there just wiggling in a chair. It's
Yeah.
great. It's a good feeling. I
I
love it.
will I will say, when I saw you put up your glider for sale, I said, man, I gotta fly my glider more. Cause in that glider you had, man, it was fast.
Oh, it was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and I say that's the time where you sit out there and we can sit up in the air for 7, 10, 15 minutes and just enjoy a flight.
Dude, I mean, honestly, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
it's just there's so many avenues of this hobby of the airplanes. It's just so fascinating. And here's the thing. I'll go ahead and tell you guys. So you'll notice a lot of people um who do the airplanes, you'll notice they start switching to cars, right? They're doing cars.
Mhm.
And like it's because cars are more lucrative. You're going to make more money on cars. If you're trying to do YouTube stuff, you know, you're going to have more people doing the cars.
Yeah.
TJ used to do cars. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
I'm not going to do cars. I'm good at this craft. I'm going to stay with it. Like, and I'm going to stay true to this thing because there's so many different types of airplanes out there. I'm just going to have to do it. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, TJ, if somebody offers me a large lump sum of money or makes a crazy deal and they're like, I would love for you to do these cars, here's a big bag of money, I'm probably going to do the cars because I can buy tons of airplanes with that bag of money.
Yes.
I'm just going to put it out there. But like, you just have to stay true to the airplanes, man. But if you watch other people, you'll see that they're doing the cars and they're pushing cars, and you'll see, you know, it's just a thing, cars and tanks, man. That's where it's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I'm
I don't
staying
think
true.
that's where it's going. I think, like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's just more people feel like cars are a safer bet, even though here's what they don't realize: they're gonna wreck that car more times than they'll wreck the plane.
Oh,
Because
you're
I
absolutely
watch
right.
these guys bring these cars in to the hobby shop to get fixed
Yes,
over and over and over and over again. I'm thinking, and every time they're spending at least $200 to $300 to fix it. That's another plane.
it's crazy. It's crazy at the
You wreck a
price
car,
these cars are.
you're buying another plane.
For the price of two of these, let's just say gas cars. For the price of two gas cars, maybe three, you could have a turbine,
Yep.
like
It's,
a small turbine.
yep. Oh yeah.
Like you could have a really large airplane for the price of one of these cars. Like it blows my mind, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. I've thought about doing the cars before, like, you know, and I talked to Jeff about it, and Jeff's like,
Yeah.
nah, man, we need to, you know, we need to stick to this. I'm like, you know what, you're right. We've worked really hard to get to where we're at. By the way, TJ, we hit over 2,000, I'm sorry, 12,000 subscribers for the channel, man.
Woohoo! Hey,
Yeah.
it's you know
It's
what?
look,
Here's what I'm gonna say, and this is I'm gonna push the people. People, go out there. We're gonna do, and if Bobby or Jeff don't want to do it, I'm gonna give one of my planes away when we hit 15K.
oh,
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be a
happen.
15K
Yeah.
giveaway.
At 15K, there's gonna be a giveaway.
Yep.
Like at 15K, there's gonna be a giveaway. There may
Yep.
be multiple giveaways
We're
because
gonna do it.
like that's like the point where I was like I always want to get the 15K.
Yeah.
And now that I'm like not far away from it, it's pretty interesting. So, you know, it's neat, but the channel's been growing like crazy. I think we're at 12,040 subscribers right now. So, I can't even keep up with it anymore and I just don't. I'm just having fun. But, you know, it's neat to
Okay.
see that I got the little email and I was like, "Oh, wow, that's cool." You know, we keep pushing the ball, man. We're just keeping it. Let's see. Defrost says Bobby tried to kill Jeff with that high speed F4 between the eyes. Did you see that video?
No,
I
I
did a
didn't.
short. I did a YouTube short, and I was flying the F4, and we were doing a speed trial. And Jeff was talking trash, saying, "Come on, Bobby, get down low. What are you scared?" I was like, "Okay, all right." So I literally was probably maybe like 15 feet off the deck. He's what 6.5 foot, so it was about 6 feet over his head or whatever. But dude, that thing came by probably. I'm not kidding you. It's probably doing 140.
Sheesh.
So it was moving. But yeah, if you get a chance, go
I'm
in
gonna
there
check it
and
out.
look up that F4 Phantom speed trial video. It's pretty nasty. That thing rolled by there. Defrost, you're right. I wasn't trying to hit him though. Let's see. I have to be safe. Everything I have to do, I have to be safe. I don't want to catch any flack. So
Yeah.
Slow Fire says that's what I do. That's what I'm going to do with my E-Fly air tractor. Mellow flying plane, just relaxing. Yeah, you can't forget your mellow flying airplanes. I love a top wing airplane. Larger target audience for the RC cars, and overall more in the hobby. Absolutely,
Hey,
absolutely.
Defrost 42371 said whoever wins the plane better make sure the ailerons aren't reversed.
For sure. And they got wing bolts in it, right? He's not
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
Hey, we might hold those wing bolts just to see, just to check up on you guys. You know, just to see what you guys are doing. That's
Oh
funny.
man.
That's funny. But yeah, man, it'll be pretty cool to see. Defrost is crazy, man. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Let's see. Big Jim RC. He says Raleigh Hobby looks like they have a decent amount of planes in stock. I'd like to see what's hanging, as I like bargains. Dude, they got a ton of stuff hanging up in there. They
They do.
have used airplanes up there. They have new airplanes up there. So
Yeah.
it's a well-equipped hobby shop. I'm not gonna kid you. Honestly, I don't really want to tell you guys about too much what they got going there because then I'm missing out on the good deals that are in there.
They
But
have
there's
one
a lot of good
plane.
stuff.
They have one plane that I've been wanting for quite some time. The only reason I haven't bought it, and it's hanging,
Which
and
one?
it's at a good price. The only reason I haven't bought it, and I'm gonna see if you can guess which one it is. Only reason I haven't bought it is because I don't go to the water enough to fly.
Uh, is it the one on pontoons?
Yep, it's the one on
I
pontoons.
mean, it had to be because you said water. I figured that was it. Is it
it's
the
it's
top? Is it the top wing airplane? I don't
it's a
know.
it's a high wing. It's called the Caroline, I think, or the Carolina.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's the yellow and blue plane that's hanging up there.
Is it wood?
Nope, it's
Okay,
foam, and the bottom of it is plastic. So the
I
bottom
haven't seen.
belly,
I haven't
the,
seen it.
yeah, the bottom belly is plastic, and then on the outer the wings are the pontoons.
There's man, they got so many airplanes in there. It's hard for me to keep up. Oh, the Catalina.
The
The
Catalina, that's what it's called,
Catalina.
the Catalina.
Yes, yes, yes.
It just
Okay,
looks
okay.
great, man.
Killer Spouse comes in with the win. The
Yep,
Catalina. Yep,
the
that's it.
Catalina.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, no, that's a cool dude. Just go ahead and get it. TJ, you got the money, man. You got to, I mean,
Yeah, but I
get
want to
it.
fly it though, and I don't have a body of water that's near me
You
that I
don't
can
need it. You
enjoy
can
it.
fly right off the grass.
That's true, but I want to see it land in the water where it's supposed to
Look,
be, man.
I have a lake in my subdivision. You could come and fly off. I'm not kidding you, dude. You could come and fly right off of it. I had a remote control boat, and I drove that remote control boat around that thing. It did like 60. It was on
Yeah.
12S, and I rode that boat on that lake so much it was rocking the whole lake.
Wow.
It was yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, man. Hey, we can make that happen. Jeff also knows somebody who has a pond that we can fly off of too as well.
Yeah. Does Jeff still have his boat? Maybe we could take the boat out and I can
He
fly
does
it
still
in.
have that boat. He does. He does. He
Okay.
still has that boat.
All right.
So that'll work out. Rich Hollenbeck, what's going on? He says, "Hey everybody, happy Thursday." Hey Bobby, is that a 104 Starfighter behind you? Yes, sir, it is. It's a 104 Starfighter, and I'm gonna fly it, so I'm gonna be scared. But it's a I'll bring it up. We talked about it a little earlier, but for some of you guys that are just popping in here, there you go. It's a really nice looking bird, to be honest with you, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what concerns me though? The silver. The
Yeah.
silver is gonna get missing in on a cloudy day.
Yep.
And this thing is like it. Look, you see how thin it is?
Yep. It
It's
reminds
gonna,
you of the F5
it does. It really
on the
does.
here. Yeah.
But the gear are very nice on it. I mean, it's a nice looking bird, man.
It's crazy. That plane to me is just it's really art, right? It's a showpiece.
It is. It's like
You
one of
know?
those things where it's like you bring it out there and everybody's like, "Are you going to fly that thing?" And you're like, "I don't know."
I don't know.
You're like, "It's windy outside. I don't
Yeah.
know." But it's pretty, and it has
It's
flaps
pretty.
too. That's another thing. It's got flaps and it's got air brakes. So, and it's got lights. It's got lights all over it.
Man.
So,
It's a showpiece, and
yeah,
I'm at a crossroads. I don't know whether you should fly it or just show it off.
yeah,
You know, it,
You know me, I gotta fly it, dude.
You
I
gotta
can't.
fly it. You gotta
Hey,
fly.
these I can't have any lookers in my garage. I got a couple of them, man, and I never fly them, and I feel bad about not flying them. So
Yeah, they don't make them anymore though, man. I haven't seen one of those in quite some time.
yeah, so I tell you, it'll be nice to bring it out there. Let's see, 100 feet off Falls Lake. He says, "Come on,
Yeah,
let's see."
but that Catalina.
Josh Bunn says, "Bobby, when you sell it, keep me in mind." I absolutely will. Josh
Nope,
Bunn, I got the
nope,
message too. Hey, look, Jeff
nope,
told me he was
nope.
like, yeah, he heard Josh Bunn heard I got that MiG 17 turbine, and he told me he was like, Josh told me to tell you that when you're ready to sell it, you talk to him first. And I was like, will do, duly noted. So, but that MiG 17, I was looking for a boomerang,
Hmm.
one of those to kind of learn off of, or like a turbinator or something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm happy with what I got. So Lionel Randall says, Bobby, I ordered the Aerofoam Foam L39 Arctic camo, and I put the JP fan in the MB339. You are bad for my money. Hey, dude, I told you. Look, that MB339 is a wonderful flyer. I will say this though, if you're going to spend the money on that airplane, go ahead and upgrade your ESC. If you're flying the stock one, I'll tell you, go ahead and get you like a fly fun, a hobby wing 160 volt or a castle. You'll thank me. Because that fan will draw so many amps, it may blow that factory ESC that's in there. Ask me how I know. I did it. So, um, but yeah, just go ahead and do that. Get you a little longevity in it. In its stock form, it's perfectly fine. But you don't want to lose an airplane to a $200 part when you spend over a grand and so on it. So,
Yeah.
dude, I'm glad I could influence how you spend your money, because I'll tell you, man, the L39 is awesome and the MB339 is awesome too. So it's nice to know that. It's nice to know that. Let's
Yeah.
see here. I'm serious, Josh Bunn. Hey, Josh, we can work some stuff out too. You got enough jets over there. I don't think you would miss one. He's got a bunch, man. I don't think he'd miss one if one fell out the back of his trailer, if he chose to gave one, or we work something out. You know. Let's see. Rich Hollenbach. He says, "Will you be reviewing the new turbine, Bobby?" Um, Probably not. Maybe, maybe. Honestly, I'll tell you, man, $1,600 for that turbine is pretty pricey for me to be, kind of demoing and trying stuff out. Because then you have to buy the turbine, then you have to, you got to put all the fuel line in there and everything. There's
Yeah.
an enormous amount of work that goes into, you know, doing a turbine jet versus like a gas plane or something like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If I got it at a discount, maybe. It'd have to be one
Yeah.
heck of a discount.
Yeah, y'all getting ready to say that's gonna be one heck of a discount there.
Because like Josh said, not Josh, but Jeff said, I can buy a heck of a lot of airplanes for that price
Yeah.
and do a lot of reviews. So, and I'm one of those guys too that'll wait a little bit for airplanes to see what's going to happen with that. Remember, we've got the B1B coming out too. So,
Yep.
and there's other nice airplanes that are coming out too.
Yeah.
So, by the way, TJ, did you hear about the new Motion RC airplane that came out?
Maybe.
They
Yeah.
came out with a version 2 F-22 twin 64 millimeter.
Yep. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yep.
Motion RC came out with that, and they did a video on it. It's running on 4S. It
Yep.
does not have
Oh,
retracts, fixed
no.
landing gear,
Yep.
but you could take those off and be perfectly fine.
It's just like the one I had in the past. It's just they put another paint scheme on it,
They
and
did,
they upgraded the 64 millimeter motor in there.
and put two of them in there. It's dual now. I thought it had two.
No, it's just 164 now.
Oh, I'm mixing that airplane up. I
Yeah,
saw
you
there's
mixing
an
it up.
LX model that just came out. I saw it. It's a Chinese company that did it. But they came out with a twin 64 millimeter.
Listen, if they put a twin 64 in the motion one, I would have bought it sight unseen.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
just what they do just update their
They updated the mold, so the mold the body, the mainframe is a little different than the older one. They updated the motor and they updated the paint scheme on it. I mean, it's the same paint scheme, it's just they went more detailed like the 90 millimeter.
I saw that the paint, though they said the wings wouldn't match the older one. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You're dead
Yeah.
on that one,
Yeah.
which is cool. Which is
See,
going to be pretty cool.
when you ask those questions, I have to sit here and hold my breath because people have told me so many secrets. I can't. I don't want to let nothing out the bag.
Welcome to my world. I have to be very careful and think before I say anything because, dude, them NDAs aren't no joke. You
I
know.
know. I know.
So, Seth Greenberg says 4S sounds lame. It does, but it's
No.
powerful on that bird.
No.
It's
Listen,
powerful.
it's two planes on 4S that's not lame. It's the FMS F-35 on 4S. It's a rocket, and it's the so if you take that same motor, that 3900 kV motor out of that F-35 and put it in any other 64, it turns that 64 millimeter jet into a rocket on 4S.
I saw you flying that thing, and I was like, wow,
Rocket.
it's a completely different flying
Yep.
airplane. It is
Yeah.
completely fast. So
Yeah.
it blew my mind. Hey, by the way, hole in the shot RC drag racing. He says, been a sub for a while, finally caught a live show. Awesome, keep it up. Shout out to Hamilton's Hangar, in which I'm also a faithful subscriber of too. 48 years old and still got the RC bug. Yes, sir. Glad to have you here, man. I'm glad you could finally catch us in the mix and join the rest of the crew, man. It's been really good. I don't know if you know who this is. This is TJ right here. Jeff is normally here, but Jeff is out on the road working. So yeah, man, glad to have you here. Thank you for subbing to the channel and thank you for keeping up. We moved the time to 8:30, trying to get a couple of more people, that would that couldn't make the 9 o'clock, man, because 9 o'clock's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to. And we have kids, we have families and stuff like that, and we have wives, and we got to keep them happy because if we don't keep them happy, then we don't get the airplanes. Don't work out. So anyway, but glad to have you here. So certainly appreciate you.
Turn one say Jeff is on the phone with me still.
Oh, I bet he is, dude. Hey, turn one. What? Look, you tell Jeff if he could be on the phone that long and still talking to you, he could have video called in.
Yep.
Like he could have done that.
Yeah.
He's probably in there just talking trash too. Good old Jeff. Let's see. Big Jim RC, he says Horizon has a release next Thursday. Yes, they do. And Rick Schellenbeck says, will Horizon be releasing an EDF on a stick next week?
No, he meant to say PDF.
Oh my God. Y'all are fun. No, he said an EDF on
I
a
know.
stick.
He meant to say he meant to say PDF though.
Oh my God. That's funny. Well, if they did, I'm sure it'd be like over $100, That's crazy, dude. That's funny. Let's
What
see.
was
Turn
that?
one said, tell him I said he's a chicken. Yeah, Josh, tell him that. Look
You
at
know what I
Josh.
wish they would remake?
He's got
Speaking
a
of
Saber. I want an F-86 Saber turbine. So bad.
yeah, speaking of an EDF on a stick, I want them to remake probably in like a 80 the F8 Cruiser. I think that would be a rocket
Is that
on a
the one with the
stick.
big old hole in the front? It'd
Yep.
be interesting to see how that one worked.
Yep,
It
the
would be
F8
cool.
Cruiser, man. They make it in the they were making it in the 64. I don't know if they still are. But
Man,
I have yet to see one with retracts. I know I've seen guys fly them on YouTube with retracts, but I don't know where they're getting them from.
it'll be pretty neat, man.
Yep.
It'll be pretty neat. I would be up for that. I love the weird stuff that
Yep.
flies.
Yep.
I just want to make it past the B1B, and that's going to be dropping in July.
Okay.
Well, July, June. Yeah, but it should arrive in July, I'm hoping. So, Craig Bevan says, Bobby, when are you going to fly that F-104? Man, I'm going to fly it this weekend if the weather's good. It's ready to go. It's already balanced. All I got to do is throw a lipo in there and go. We're just waiting on nothing but a nice day. Nothing but a nice day. What are they saying?
That's turn one until he just got off the phone with Jeff. And yes, he was talking crap, especially about TJ.
Oh, I know he was, dude. I know he was. Look, you tell Jeff. He's welcome at any given time to come on the show. Me and TJ didn't make him get and have to drive. You know what I mean? And look, I'm gonna go ahead, TJ. I'm gonna go ahead and put his business out there. You know why Jeff's not here today?
Why
Because he went and did a run today, so he could be off tomorrow. That's why, which is smart, which is good gaming. Now, Jeff, if you're smart, you're gonna go fly tomorrow if the weather permits. I want to hear about you laying at home, being tired and stuff. We're gonna work on airplanes and we're gonna play. That's what we're gonna do. Jeff's over here funny. And I'll tell you, we've really got a nice little thing going on at our fair between me, Jeff, and TJ, and a couple of people in the room said, "Man, when you guys start going at it, it seems like when TJ gets there, man, y'all start getting crazy and y'all having fun and racing each other." And he's right, we do. We get stupid. We do.
Yeah, man, we big kids, man. Listen, if you live in life, if I tell anybody, if you got to wake up today, and if you get to wake up tomorrow, you gotta have fun.
You got to have fun.
You gotta have fun
By
because
all
you
means.
never know. You never
Exactly.
know.
Like, and my biggest thing is TJ. I have a lot of airplanes and I have a ton of fun. Right.
Yep.
If having a lot of airplanes equates to a lot of fun, that's one thing. But you know what really burdens me though to think of?
What's
If
that?
I should pass away,
Yep.
I'm worried that my wife is going to give those airplanes away at a cheaper price. Like that's what
So
bothers me. Like she's going to give them away for like $200-300.
so
Like
listen.
she's just going to give them away.
True
That
story.
bothers me.
I don't have to make this up, Bobby. I don't have to make this up at all.
That's a problem.
A buddy of ours, I'm not gonna say his name, but a buddy of ours passed away in November. No, it was late October
Right.
of last year. And man, we flew with him all the time. He had, all kind of play. He probably had almost every motion plane, especially EDF. He only flew EDFs really.
Wow.
All motion EDFs, all Horizon EDFs. He just had a ton of EDFs. When we found out, we contacted his wife, first, of course, concerned about him.
Right.
And it's a concern about her because, it's unexpected. And then we said, hey, look, if there's anything we can do to help, just let us know. She was like, they had to move or what have you. And so
Y'all were
we
putting
said,
dibs on the man's airplane
so,
before the man
so,
was even cold in the
no,
ground, dude.
no, no,
You're
no.
already making dibs on the
Listen,
airplanes.
listen. Here's what happened. So we said, listen, she said, why you making me laugh? No,
They were already look, guys. They were already putting dibs on this man's airplanes before
no,
he was even like
no, no.
cold.
So what happened? So we said, shoot, she's moving. She's not gonna fly. This, that, and the third.
Right.
At least ask her about him to see what's what. She had to move, and she said she had some people come help her move, and for them helping her move, she gave away the planes. I said, so we
Mm,
were like, well, were these guys? Did they say they like RC? Were they? Well, no. I had nothing to do, and we were thinking, and I told my buddy at the time, I said we have to talk to our wives and say, listen,
yeah.
here's what it's worth, because what we're telling her is, man, we could have ended up giving you like raising 4, 5, 6 grand for the stuff that he had, and
Yeah.
she ended up giving it away for maybe a few $100 just because guys were helping her, move. It's a story. I mean, it's something to be said about, yes, we love this hobby, but there's value in all these planes that we've collected, even though other people may see a bunch of junk. I'm not gonna do nothing with it. Hey, you can have this. It's money that's sitting there.
It's true. There's a lot of, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what Turn One just said.
What do
He
you
said,
say?
"I've already called Bobby's wife and discussed pricing." Slowfire's like so wrong.
Hey, look, hey Bobby,
Oh,
I thought, where I thought you were
oh
going with it. I said,
God.
man, is Bobby throwing me an alley oop for Legacy Vault?
Hey,
I started to talk
you
about
know,
my company.
you know what? Hey, TJ, while we're here, this segues into your legacy vault, man, your company.
Yes. So,
Honestly. And
yeah,
this isn't a shameless plug. This is just like a legitimate thing
yeah,
that is very true. It's like when we pass away, like people don't know the value of anything,
yep,
TJ.
yep,
So you're right. Rich Hollenbeck, you're absolutely right. Like
yeah,
it is important for our loved ones because I've often wondered this. So like the same way I am for airplanes,
yeah.
I am with firearms. Like my other hobby is firearms. I like
Wow.
collecting guns.
Yep.
I would hate for those to go and not maximize the potential that they could have, you know,
Yeah.
and end up letting them go for, for
Pennies
super
on the
duper
dollar.
cheap.
Yep.
Cause like I know nobody's gonna be like, oh, don't sell it that's too cheap. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
But the Legacy Vault, explain that to me.
So Legacy Vault is an app that I created, and really what it is you're storing all of your important information, all your important documents, your will, your trust, your life insurance policies, your deeds, or photos of things that you want to give to your loved ones. That it's like having an unofficial will, even though you can put a will in there, you can put your trust in there as well. But you have that stuff there, and then you can assign what we call legacy holders. And so upon your demise, what they'll do is as soon as your legacy holder uploads your death certificate, the whatever you put in your vault is unlocked to them for them to see it. Now they can make sure the things that you left behind, your passwords, everything gets to go to the person it needs to go to, instead of the state coming in saying, hey, we don't have any paperwork, so all this stuff comes to us, and now you got to come to probate court and fight over it. And so
Okay.
we're just trying to keep people out of probate court fighting over things that we work for. We've already worked and spent our money on this, but then the state holds it and makes our family fight over it until until they determine who gets it at a cost.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen that.
Yeah.
And I've seen it get really nasty. And I've seen it tear families apart when you could have something so simple like that to
Yeah.
actually do that. You, like I said, we were joking about, airplanes and people passing away and stuff like that, but it's
Yeah.
really an issue. It's something to think about, because you never know. Because look, they could take this stuff, they don't know the value, and they just trash it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's kind of like, what if those airplanes were my last will and testament and my legacy that I wanted to pass on,
Yeah.
and you just trashed them?
Yeah.
Hey, Big Jim RC says, is there a link, TJ?
Yeah, well, you can go. We're already in the App Store and in Google Play Store. It's
Oh,
Legacy Vault app. Yep, we're there. You can just download us, and we
dude,
good to go.
that is really. And look, it seems like an easy way to go ahead and set that kind of thing up. Like, it's super easy. You can do it right
Yep.
there from your phone.
Right from your phone. It's only, and so for security purposes, we stayed off the web, right? So
Right.
yes, you can find us. Our web page is on the web, but you can't register on the web. You have to go through the app, and then of course we have a three-factor authenticator, and then we've also have something else on the back end that we upgraded, which is Face ID, and then what we call a legacy key card. The legacy key card is a simple card. I'm trying to see if I have one around here. I don't see it, but it's a card that you have to tap to the back of your phone to unlock your vault.
I know what you're talking about. Kind of like with an RFD kind of thing.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Okay,
So we use a FIDO2 technology so that
I got you.
people are concerned with, if somebody clones my phone, they'll be able to get all my information. No, they have to physically have this card to tap to the back of the phone to get in your vault. So that's just an extra layer of security if somebody wants to go beyond that three-factor authenticator.
That's impressive, man. I
Yep.
know you've been working on that project for a while and getting it. I know you did you were doing some business. We missed you at the field quite a bit because you're trying to get that thing off the ground. So
Yep.
a lot of value to that, guys. Check it out. I mean, look, it's at the Google store, and it's in the Google Play Store, and it's also
Hmm.
in what the Apple
Yep. Apple Store.
Apple Store. Yeah. So take a look at it. There you go. Look, we were joking about that stuff, and it's funny, but
It's real.
and you can
Yeah.
put guns in there and everything like that and
You
everything
can
like
put
that.
everything in there. Like I have, and I put all my licenses in there. Like I have my gun license in there. I just put everything in there
Yeah.
because I tell I joke with my wife all the time. I say, you have this book with 1 million passwords in it. I'm not gonna know what the passwords go to,
Exactly.
but she organized it in the vault so that when something happens to her bank accounts, to the timeshares, to the other property, we have all that information in there. It's easy for me to say, okay, it's all digitally in one place. Can I?
Right.
Can she also have the hard copy document somewhere? Of course,
What's
but
up, Jeff?
we're in the age of technology, so nobody's looking for documents anymore. They want it digitally.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, I'll tell you, I had a good friend of mine. We'll talk about this, and I'm gonna get off of. We're gonna get back to the airplanes. But I
Yeah.
had a friend of mine who, her mom passed away, and everything was written out, and she lost it for a little bit and was panicking, man. And when people pass away like
Yeah.
that, and it's not planned, 9 times out of 10, most people don't have any idea where any of this stuff is at,
Yep.
and it makes it so difficult to try to get that kind of stuff. And we laugh, but we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on these airplanes,
Yeah.
guns, and whatever personal effects you have. And just to have something simple like that to organize you
Yep.
is priceless to me. I'm gonna check it out. I didn't even know it was on the Google Play.
Oh yeah.
I don't do Apple products, so I'm gonna have to get that Google Play.
Yep.
But let's see. Yeah, Jeff Ashby. By the way, I was gonna tell you, Jeff, I have those struts. We're gonna have to link up this weekend, or I could mail them. I was supposed to mail these struts to him like last week, and I ended up getting busy at work, and then I got pulled onto something else, and I had to go out of town. It's just been horrific. So, needless to say, I failed you. And I own that. But I'll have them and I will get those to you. But TJ, that's great advice, man. And it's something to think about. On this channel, we always try to bring
Yeah,
something to think about. So, and we try to be somewhat educating and have fun while we're doing it.
definitely.
But that is cool to talk about. I often wondered about that. And you explained that to us at the field, but I never really had you break it down like a shotgun to me like that. So
Yeah.
Airvic says Apple finally got smart and put a legacy check block in their iPhone settings for you to designate somebody when it sends them a digital certificate. That's awesome.
Yep.
Lee man doesn't like the Google Play, man. That's messed up. You hurt my feelings, but it's cool. I still support you. Let's see. Charles McDaniel says, yeah, that's some good information. Good stuff to think about. Let's see. Play Store name again.
Oh, it's just a Google. If you have a phone, it's your where you get your apps from. That's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah, I think he means like, what is it called? It's like the Legacy
Oh,
Vault
yeah,
is the app.
Legacy Vault app. Yep, Legacy Vault app.
Legacy Vault app. Yeah.
Yep.
So take that. Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know. There it is. Snow River's over there checking. And let's see here. I want to make sure. TJ,
Yep.
we're switching gears. I have to ask you. I always ask Jeff this, but TJ, what really grinds your gears, man? What gets under your skin about this hobby? About maybe one thing that really irks you, because you're a pretty cool guy at the field.
Yeah.
You don't really stress out a lot. You're not a very like angry dude. You're pretty peaceful, very low key kind of chill guy. But what gets on TJ's nerves? So I need to know, that way if I do it, it doesn't happen.
All
And
right.
then if Jeff does it, it doesn't happen over there.
So what really gets on my nerves, it takes a lot for something to bother me, but what really gets on my nerves is when I see people treating other people in a way in which they don't want to be treated.
Right.
And that's pretty much anywhere, but especially at the field. If I had to give an example, it's like if you ask somebody for some help and they help you,
Right.
and then they turn and they ask you for help, and you too busy because you just want to keep flying.
Yeah.
It's like, come on,
It's selfish.
we're all here to help one another. I mean, other than that, man, it's all about having fun. I just hate when people treat other people like in a way in which they know they wouldn't want to be treated.
For sure.
Yeah.
which is very interesting too, because it's like, if you know you wouldn't want to be treated like that, then why would you treat somebody like that?
Yeah.
At some point you got to be like, maybe this person, like, maybe I need to do something different and let this person do this.
Yep.
I'm also a firm believer in plain talk too. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
if something irks me enough, I will definitely let you know. But there's people that they're very passive and they're non-confrontational and they don't know how to do it.
That's true.
So,
And if I had to break it down in planes, it's like, man, if you go up and fly, and I tell you I want to fly next, and by the time you get down, I might be a little slow, but you see me moving toward there, and you just go on back up real quick and keep
dude,
flying. I'm
that
like,
is a real thing at the field.
dude, yeah,
That is a real thing. Like, you see somebody and they're getting ready to go, and you
yep,
you just saw them getting their airplane together.
yep,
They put the battery in it, they put the gas in it, they're firing it up, and you see them.
yep,
They stand up and they look around and make sure they're not a problem. And then
yep.
this other guy's like, oh, and comes scooting right out there. So disrespectful, man.
It is.
So disrespectful. And I feel like, I'm just cut a little different. Sometimes I'll bite my tongue and say, well, bless his heart. And then sometimes I'll be like, hey, we might need to have a conversation. Me and TJ can be having a conversation about that situation out loud so they can hear it,
Yep.
and maybe they can make their own decision based off of that. But yeah,
And it's always the guy who doesn't want anybody else in the air when he's flying.
I know. What is up with that? Yeah. It's like, you don't own the airspace. And
Yeah.
look, at our field, we can fly up to what, 5 people in the air.
Yep.
5.
Yep.
Chaos. That's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy. By the way, let's see. Enrique Howard says, "Is that a FR Sky Radio?" It is, dude. It's the X18. I got this. I got a turbine jet. I don't know if some of you guys just slid in here, but got a turbine jet. Going to be flying that thing pretty soon. Pretty happy about that. And yeah, it's a MiG 17. Me and TJ are gonna get out of the way so y'all can take a peek. And that's
Bobby,
the
man,
beautiful
we need to.
T45 right there.
Yeah, next Thursday, we need to really open up that jewel that you have there, that free sky, and break it down so we can see what
Yeah,
to do, because I'm interested myself. Hey, I love Spectrum, but if there's something else that has the switches that we need and can
yeah.
can have its own telemetry set up within, I'd love to learn about it, man.
I found real quick that for the larger giant scale airplanes,
Yeah.
that NX8 radio that I had, the NX10, it's probably not the best choice. And with the redundancy and everything like that, I mean, dude, the thing was like $300.
Wow.
Can't beat it with a stick. These receivers, these are 10 channel receivers with three um
Yeah.
satellites,
Yeah.
and it'll do dual band. It'll do 900 megahertz and 2.4, and it's telemetry for like 49 bucks.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't beat it with a stick, dude.
Yep.
So, you know, needless to say, I'm taking my time going through this, trying to be smart about it. So
Yeah,
let's
that's why I'm
see.
saying. Listen, once you learn a little bit, we got to share it with the channel, man. Let's
And
go,
that's
let's
what's going to
figure out.
happen.
Yep,
Yep.
figure out what's what.
And I'm hoping that I can get my feet wet on this, and then I can help you guys. I know you're going to want a turbine. I know Jeff's going to want a turbine.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff won't, but it'll be neat, to learn this. This is a whole different avenue of RC that we can try. So anyway, let's see here. Jeff Bunn. Like I said, when I grow up, I want to be like Jeff Bunn, dude. He's got some toys. Hole in the Shot says it's amazing to see Tyler Perry loves RC planes. That dude's been flying for a long time too. I've
Yep.
known for a while that he was into the hobby. So I mean, he's been into the hobby for a long time, like
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago. Let's see. Somebody says, "Do you need a special mode
Uh,
module for that transmittal for dual?" No, you don't. You literally can go into settings and change it to 900 to 2.4, or it'll do both, whatever one's strongest. So, and Gary S says, "You go FR Scott, never use Spectrum again." Probably right.
wow.
Needless to say, hey, look, TJ, dude, we've been rolling hard. It's an hour and 30 minutes. Like, it's been fun. And it seems like time flies, man, when we start getting up in here and we're starting to talk
Yeah.
and having a good time. And man, I can't ask for anything better. Guys, don't forget, give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions and then we're gonna get out of here, man. We're gonna let y'all go to your families. What is it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock.
It's
Do
10
you need a
o'clock.
special module for the transmitter for dual? No, you do not. Let's see. Turn one says, I want whatever Bobby has. He's a curse. Hey, turn one. I tried to sell you airplanes when you came over here. I tried. And look, I'm trying. And by the way, TJ, I'm downsizing my airplane. So some of my giant gas airplanes that I have
Yeah.
that are ready to go, I'm
Yep.
getting rid of some of them too. So
Okay.
I'm at the point now where I can barely walk around in my garage with airplanes. So if you guys
Wow.
are interested, send me a message. If you're local and you're going to come by or you want to drive, hit me a message on Facebook Messenger, and I'll be more than happy to unload my airplanes on you at a super discounted price.
Yeah, you got some good prices, man. I see your stuff.
Dude,
That's why.
I told you, I try to do like 60%,
Yep.
60% of what it's worth, man. That's
Yep.
it. I don't try to get rich or anything. Sometimes it's 50.
Yep.
Let's see here. Seth Grimmer says, Bobby, for $300, you might want to be careful. That's awful inexpensive. Yeah, it's bulletproof, dude. Do the research, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And I haven't heard, to
And
Seth's point, I haven't heard anyone complaining about its
yeah.
failure. I haven't heard anything like that. I heard it's a good quality radio.
And here's the thing we also have to think about too. Just because something is inexpensive doesn't mean that it's not as equal or better than, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Spectrum has a branding, they have a following, so they can afford to charge more. FR Sky, they're just giving you the product that you want. And I think it's what do they call that? When the software is different. Um golly.
Open source.
Yeah, it's open source.
Open source.
So but that has the Ethos software in it, which is very easy, very intuitive.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
come
yeah,
on, guys.
you're right.
We
It's a
realize
lot.
that Toyota and Lexus is the same company. You can spend more for a name. You know,
Absolutely.
who else
Absolutely.
does that? Acura and Honda.
Yes.
You can spend
And
more.
look, I'll tell you this. That Geo Metro, that little $300 Geo Metro does the same thing that your Lexus does. It gets you from point A to point B. Maybe not as fast,
Yeah.
but it'll get you there.
And
So
after you get out, nobody's looking.
that's right. Nobody's looking. And you won't let anybody see you getting out of that thing either. So,
Yeah.
so listen,
I had to teach my kids, man. Listen, I tell anybody, they say, man, how do you travel so much? How you do this? How you do that? Hey man, I drive a 2005 F-150 that I haven't made a payment on, and I can't tell
Yeah,
you how many years.
yeah.
I don't care that once I jump out, nobody cares what you
Nobody
around.
cares.
You know, so
If you're gauging me based off of a car's value, you don't know me.
yep,
You know?
yeah,
Like, I go for practicality stuff.
yep,
So, yeah, I'd rather always have the money in the bank so I could buy airplanes and stuff like that versus in a car.
yeah.
Like, that's just me. I will whine and cry at spending $1,000 for tires for my truck, but I'll blow that on an airplane in a heartbeat.
You
My
know, it,
priorities are all wrong, guys.
isn't
All
that
wrong.
isn't that amazing? No, no.
It
Hey,
is.
listen, and y'all, please don't judge me on this, right? So my kids, my kids' birthdays are on the 26th and the 28th of this month. So my daughter asked me for some $300 shoes. I'm like, are you crazy? Who
That's
gonna spend three
crazy.
hundred dollars on some shoes? And I just went and dropped $500 on a plane, like it was
Yeah. Isn't
nothing.
it crazy? It's crazy. There's
Yeah,
something wrong with us, guys. There's
yeah,
really
man.
something wrong with us. Like our rationale is way out of whack.
Yeah,
Like TJ, we will spend $500, $600 on foam
yep.
that may crash one time, but we won't spend it on tires for our car. Like
Listen,
it's
Bobby,
funny. It's
I
funny.
have I have three F-16 80 millimeters. I got two Viper 90 jets. I
There it
got I
is.
got two what else? No, it's another plane in there, not the I can't think of it. I
Oh,
got almost two of everything in there, man.
yeah. I mean, it's just it's just crazy. And by the way, next show, guys, we got to talk about TJ's Futura V2 on 8S. Super stupid fast.
We're gonna do a short on it this weekend again.
Mhm.
Another short.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gary says that radio is solid, flying my 5 plus turbines on it. Totally awesome. Yeah, I thought so, man. I did a bunch of research, like I said. Turner One said Greg has lost signal on his 2.4 and the 900 megahertz took over. So there it is. Big Jim says Bobby X-Fly J65. I don't have a J65. I've got the PJ50. Jeff had the J65, but he sold his off. So, it is what it is. But look, guys, we got to punch out of here, man. We can't. We're having a bunch of fun, and we could keep going, but we don't want to make this a marathon.
Yeah.
Um, Turn One says that's because Jeff says you crash everything. He's talking to you, TJ. I know he's not talking to me.
No, no, he ain't talking to me because clearly, listen, not the guy who on January 1st started the year off. Crash, crash, crash,
Hey,
crash.
don't you talk about my friend crashing his 2 airplanes on the first of the year.
No, no,
Dude, that
no,
was
no.
so terrible. Look, I never seen people have their heart sucked out like Jeff did. Jeff had his heart sucked out. All right, we
Oh
got to
man,
cut this thing, dude. It's getting stupid over here. Hey, look, guys, I certainly appreciate you guys coming to the show. Uh, check us out next Thursday. Always have a good time. I can barely think because I'm over here laughing. Certainly appreciate you guys. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Look, I had a lot of fun, a lot of good information. Don't forget to check out TJ's Legacy Vault. If you don't pay attention to anything, check that out. I mean, because it's actually pretty smart. And like I said, it's not a plug. It's a more of a why wouldn't you do it?
no,
Why would you not? Anyway, you guys have a good night. Y'all take it easy, and we're gonna punch on out. Hey, Big Jim RC says he just downloaded it, so there you go.
nice.
Legacy Vault, Google Play, boom, and you're also supporting a fellow hobbyist. You can't ask for anything better than that. So, with that said, we're done. TJ, you got anything else?
Hey man, love your family, kiss them, and love the hobby. When the sun, wait, look, when the sun shine, kiss the
Mm-hmm.
sky.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, and like I always say, if it's a nice day outside, skip work and go fly, dude. You don't get days like that. In the
You don't.
summertime, I take off and I leave work all the time because I'm like, it's a nice day. I need to go fly it. It's what makes you happy that matters in life because you can't take it with you.
You
All
sure
right,
can.
guys. With that said, we're done.